Well, hello, YouTubers and Twitch alike. Welcome into Flying with Mike. We're going to call it, as you saw, T-Tail Tuesday. And, folks, what a Tuesday it has been. So, beautiful day here in St. Louis, where I'm broadcasting from. And overall, during this Holy Week, a very interesting verse we had up there. So, we will be getting into that here shortly. But anyway, we have a 727 sitting on the line here in Miami, just wanting to get in the sky, headed to Charlotte. So, without further ado, let's get in there. But first, this little attachment right back here, folks, it's only on your rear engine mounted aircraft, DC-9, MD-80. I'm going to say VC-10s. Don't quote me on that, folks, over in Europe. I think they had it, and Tridents and others. Um, but and it was basically emergency exit and a way to cool, back into back there with the engines. However, lore has it, back in the 70s, man by the name of D.B. Cooper. Those of you that are my age know the name. It's a great legend. He robbed a bank up in Oregon, hopped aboard a plane, 727 to be exact, and at a predetermined point, in essence, hijacked it, but really didn't hijack it. He hijacked it long enough so he could get to the back. Somehow, some way, he had a parachute and jumped out using the staircase there. Never to be heard from again. Or so the legend says. However, a switch was put on the plane to prevent that from happening ever again. Up until that point, yeah, there was nothing preventing it from going up and down other than what many believed 300 knots would do a pretty good job keeping it up, but it didn't. So what we would spend, even back in $1970, a $10 little switch over prevented it from coming down. And yeah, it had to be put in place before they pushed back or powered back, turned before they could lower the air stair. Again, a little bit of fun history. The other little fun history with this plane being it's the first aircraft with an APU on board. At the time, prior to this, most aircraft, well, props didn't so much need air to get started, but jet engines did. But you needed an electric cart. They still used it. They still used air when on the ground because it saves fuel. But the APU was first brought onto an airliner with the 727s. And as you can tell, where in the Lord and heavens would it be? But right up in here, folks. Now, 707s and from hen on would, yeah, throw it back here because there's plenty of room. They don't have engines back there. Even the DC-9. I'm trying to remember where the APU was, and I worked with that plane a lot. It escapes me right now because they had the chute back here. So, those of you familiar with DC-9s, feel free to chime in. Let me know. I don't remember right now. May 57, 58 be better to you on your memory than it's been with me lately. All right, so let's get up in the office section of Piedmont 727. And by the way, this is a 100. Aside from looking at it and going, man, that's a stubby looking 727. Beside that obvious, this is the other midship cabin door right here, right next to the other two. My guess, the first officer just needed so much room because he did so much work on this plane. They had to move him. So, but the 727-200, it is up here. But that's how you can also tell them. All right, so let's get up here in the office as we have done. And let's see what kind of damage we can do. All right, well, that was not where I wanted that camera to go. Wanted it to go just about right here. All right, as you can tell, this is a 3-man crew. This is the older day aircraft where 3 men needed to fly. Most Boeing aircraft up until late 90s? Well, no, the 737 came along and it was 2. But aside from the evil stepchild of the 737, just kidding, you 737 folks out there, 3-man crews. Captain, first officer, captain, first officer, and as alluded to already, the guy that did all the work, because he had all the engines, hydraulics, pneumatics, fuel, all of it to manage. You know, got to let the pretty boys up here look good. You know, that's the guy that made them look good. All right, all kidding aside, let's continue on. Let's get this bird ready to roll, shall we? We're kind of on a tight schedule, and yes, I'm running a little behind getting some things set up here. So, all right, I'm getting a couple of checklists pulled up and opened. All right, so logbooks on board, 3 gear pins are in. Let's do a quick fire check, overheat and fire check. You know what? Always helps to turn the battery on first. And then get us on ground power. Okay, we have ground power established. All right, we got our pressure panel set. Okay, so now let's go back up here and do our fire bottle test. Head up top here real quick, coming down. And where's my overheat? There's one. Okay, that's good. Working our way down. No overheats here, and the only other one that I'm aware of is right here. And that's a good test. All right, and then we're going to do our start levers are down in the cutoff position. And then let's go ahead and start our light check. Calls for many runs that I did in the Air Force. Light bulbs. And yes, folks, if I do run across one not working properly, guess what? It will tell me. Okay. You're finding out every one of these work. And yes, even these, believe it or not, your reverse annunciators. Even if they're lit, folks, I check them. Now, this would have been a day in the back then when I would want to have stock in Sylvania, GE, and other light bulb companies. As you can see, they made a lot of these airplanes, folks. A lot of light bulbs. Here's one that's out. See, it tells you it replaced it. Okay, and then, yeah, we still got a whole bunch more. Another one replaced. All right, we are set and light bulb checked. All right, so let's get into this, shall we? Need to get the FMC or SEVA. I know some of you go, why don't you fly with SEVA? Because SEVA screwed up on me once a long time ago. I'm not going through that heartache again. Kind of swore them off. It was fun. I will give it to you, but no. All right, so Kmia, Kclt for, got them backwards. We are Papa Alpha India 1022, I believe. Gotta check in. 1022. Yep, that's us. All right, execute. All right, now for those of you new to X-Plane, now this is first off X-Plane 11. This plane, up until last I know, has not ported over to X-Plane 12. So, that's why we're here in X-Plane 11. I still love flying this plane. That's why we're flying it today. So we're going to go to departure, arrival, departures, and we're going off 8 left on the Miami. Uh-oh. Well, that ain't nice. They don't have my departure. Well, darn. Okay, let's see if I can come back and proceed on. Yes. Yeah, we're going to go to, see, 8s. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure I go to Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, we can go to Fort Lauderdale. And then to our route, which is ALTNN. It's ALTNN. Then we're going to go to Treasure Island, TRV. CRG. That's Jacksonville, by the way, folks. And then to Collier's, IRQ, which is our arrival. Yeah, I think I'll use the one that's only 400 miles away. All right, and there you go, folks. That's all there is to setting the route. And just so you all can see it, it's going to say runway 12. We're not taking 12. The D8 has 8s. Excuse me. Oh, I did not mean to yawn in your ear like that, folks. Hang on. You know what? I haven't checked it in a while. Let me double check. MIA. 8 left, 8 right. No mention of 12. All right. So, and if you ever want to check the D8 here in the U.S., all you got to do, go to this website. I say cautiously. And for the U.S. and its territories, you can see what the current ATIS is for that airport. And I'm going to go ahead and put our arrival in, which is unarmed, and it's 36 right. All right, let me take a look at that real quick. Charlotte. Approach ILS. Yeah, what the heck? That looks good. Execute. Now, one thing I never liked about Boeing is they rarely connect. All right, so we had to connect it up for it. Let's go to RNAV. Okay, that looks good. Next page is the one we care about. And I really hate that it doesn't give you that piece of information. Okay, it says flight level 360, so FL 360. All right, and that has us ready to go, folks. And now all we have left is just, let me turn that down in the background. All right, so briefings, oxygen, everything's good. Let's get the aircraft loading. And for this, before we do that, let's pull up Sim Toolkit and take a look at this. All right, so there's Sim Toolkit. ATIS here in Miami we don't have, but we do have a good METAR. 110 at 8. You know, technically 12 would be a good runway, but we're not going on it. We're doing the 8s. Looks like a good day out of here, folks. 3,300 on the cloud deck on a scattered layer, 29 degrees. And yeah, just a beautiful day out of here. And 78 people want to leave it, so we'll take them. 17,940 in the payload, so we'll have 107,000 pounds ZFW. By the way, that stands for zero fuel weight. Our block fuel is 25,248. We'll be cruising at Mach 0.80. And back then they didn't use cost indexes, that's why it's not here. And then, like I said, 36,000 will be our cruise. All right, and again, you can see the routing here. Just here's where Collier's is, and then we'll just start. Actually, it's right here. We come up and in. All right, folks. And with that, we'll snug it away. And let's continue on, shall we? All right, so passenger signs. Actually, let's just come down and make sure. We did our stall check. Compass is slaved. Everything's good. RTO. Set. And testing our CVR. Don't remember testing those. That's why we'll get our window heat on now. Everything else remains. Squawk will come on. And the rest of the lights look good, coming down to the middle. Okay, everything looks good here. We'll set our radios here momentarily. Alright, so we got our hydraulic pump set. They're actually down on this panel. B is on, A is off. Proper amount of fuel. Oil cooler is normal. Pressurization. We're set for 7,000. We're going for 37,000. Now, I set it to 37,000, folks. Always want to set it above the altitude you're going to. There we go. Reason being for the variance and what standard 2992 is versus what it could really be, that gets your pressure at the maximum height you could be. Usually 1,000 feet off is possible. All right, so let's get the galley power on. Packs. And gasper fan. All right, and flight instruments auto brake is set. Takeoff warning horn. Just move the throttles. And parking brake and aileron and trims are set. All right, so as mentioned, we are going to set up our aircraft. I hear something. What's around us? Absolutely nothing. It's hearing like we were running, and I know we are not. Oh well. All right, I'm just curious. Let me pull up our altimeter so we can at least get that set. 3008. Okay. 8. All right. Okay. And all right, so let's get we've got our FMS set up. Let's get our radios and all set up. Okay, all of our radio VHF are good. All right, so we said Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale is 1440. And it's Treasure 1730. I'll explain this in just a second. I know it's kind of weird looking. I don't like this. I hope when they bring it over, they change how that is, but I doubt it. 1390 for Dolphin. All right. Okay, so why both of them? Very simple, folks. All right, so you got, this is your NAV1 HSI. We're taking off on the 8th, so let's go ahead and get it set pretty close. Okay, if you want it precise, bring your OBS up and get your runway heading right is 92. Then you can set your heading bug pretty close to it. All right. We still got a long taxi, folks. All right, so we got the basics set up. Now, again, nav1, I'm sorry, I didn't get into this. This is what your nav1, so when you look down here at your radios, this is nav1, so the HSI works here. DME on here is from 2, meaning it's over here on nav2. I have 2 radios if I gotta set them to the same frequency to get the DME. And I really hope the real plane wasn't this. To me, this is a bear, because that takes away a lot on a departure. Especially, I hate to kind of make a little negative sounding, especially over in Europe, where airspace is already so tight with everything that's in place. You need to be able to flip, and go. I mean, granted, I know that's what the guy in the right seat's supposed to be doing, but so that's why I have them in 2 boxes. Okay, and why are the flaps down? Okay, they are up. It just looked like they were down. All right, we'll get the rudder trim here in a minute. Oh, I mean the ailerons. Boy, I'll hit the right surface yet. Elevator. All right, so let's load the plane. Come up here now. We said 78 souls. So, crossed here is fuel, cargo, packs. All right, I'm going to put a, let's see, where's our CG? $73, $75. All right. Now, our our ZFW we said would be 107,000 pounds. So we need some cargo weight. 107. Ooh. That's pretty close. Was supposed to be 107, 151. We're showing 259. That's not bad. Fuel. Ramp 25, 248. We are currently just shy of that. So we go up 510. Looks good. That'll get us to our alternate of Raleigh-Durham. 1,000 feet, we're allowed up to 36,000. It'll be struggling, but we'll get it up there. All right, and with that, folks, we are ready to push and start. We are 2 minutes late. Let's get this. What did I just click? That. I hate when I click Skype. Okay. And ACARS is running. Okay, so now let's see. We got our zero fuel weight. 259, 25, 510. Here's our speeds expected. 113, 113, 125. Flap traction speeds. Our EPR and what our N1 for takeoff will be. Flaps will be 20, trim will be 5.1, and the dump time, I guess it'll take 1:29. I don't know. Never really looked into that number. And we are ready for engine start, folks. Now, there is one checklist that does come with the plane that you can modify. I just have not. Okay, it is right here. Actually, I'm going to pull it back. There we go. But you can go in, README file or manual that's in here tells you where it's at and what you can and can't do. So we got the battery on the EPU. We don't have the EPU on. Hang on. Let's go and go for start. Right here tells you how to start it. APU start, hold APU start, which for a count of 3, and then you'll close the fields once it fires up. Oh, sorry for any sniffles, folks. All of a sudden, after last night mowing the yard, I've gotten even a little bit worse case of allergies. Before you start a pity party, folks, because I'm not needing one, my yard is about the size, well, let's just put it this way. Most bedrooms might be a little bigger than my yard. All right, we're just either waiting for it to fall or keep the needle to keep climbing. We'll see what happens. Looks like it's going to keep climbing. All right, we're on the gen. Let's get over here now. Come on, aircraft, follow with me. Thank you. Switch our switches to APU. Okay, galley power off for starting. Packs off. Fuel. Let's get it's not a requirement, by the way, folks. We all know it does help engines to start if the fuel pumps are on. Okay, and packs, bleeds up, and we're ready to start. Okay, to start this bird, folks, I like to go to this view, and you can set it up however you want. That way I can see the start valves over here, as well as my switch. I want to start number 3 first. At 20, introduce the fuel. Okay, engine's just about ready, and I'm pulling the jetway away. Startup number 2. Actually, let's start up number 1. And we're looking for, this is N2 here, folks. Waiting for 20 on the needle. GT's coming up. And 1's coming up, fuel flows up. Oil pressure's up. These are your oil pressure lights right here. Technically, I could start number 3. Now that we're stable, Last engine. Start valves open. Waiting for it to get to this level right here. Here comes the fuel. And the engines light off. You all are going, why aren't you pushing back? I know some of you youngins don't know what a power back is. That's what used to happen in the old days. Okay, we are up and ready to go. Let's make sure, yep, jetway's away. All right. First thing I'm going to do is get us on internal power. Okay, and then again, using this, you can very easily follow through. Just go back up here, anti-ice as required, pitot heat on. Flight instruments set for departure. What I'm going to also do is, since we've already got them set and ready to go, let's do our check of our control surfaces. Now, this gauge does not give you aileron, so you have to trust that they're actually moving. Otherwise known as have faith. Hopefully in the real world when these flew, the gauge actually told them that. Alright, now you see my rudder in the middle there, how it's only one needle? Did that intentionally. Let's come over here. Get number A on. Come back. Now you see them both. Okay, the other tail would have been right here. One of these would still be all lit up. Alright, final checks here. Galley power's on, electrics no lights, fuel's on, hydraulics set, APU can now be turned off. And pressure set, light guard set to ground, number 2, number 1 in set, and ready to go. Just make sure nobody snuck in here. Doesn't appear so, but well, they won't appear so because I did not connect. How about that? PAI 1022. Alright, looks like Charlotte's gonna be up and waiting for us. Alright, here we go. Power back time, folks. Oh, I know what that's caused by. Let's see, it's gone now. Alright, let's go outside. Brakes off. Okay, we're in reverse. And this is the power back for those that aren't familiar. Just like putting your car in reverse, except for one big difference. Do not use your brakes right now, folks. Go out of reverse. Use the thrust of the plane. Once it's going forward, then you risk raising the nose on the tail strike. That's why. Okay, final checks. Flaps to 20. Trim. Just touch the green area, it sets it for you. And I believe that is all we need. Electrics, probe heat, ADIs, flight controls, flaps, radar. We'll go ahead and kick it on now. All right, here we go, folks. All right, we'll taxi on up to the hold point for runway 8 left. Hope y'all are enjoying, and shouldn't take too long. We just got to go up this nice little 3/4 of the runway here. Again, X-Plane 11 here, folks, not 12. So, and you know what? Might need to, yeah. Wow, doesn't seem like much going on in Miami either. All right, so let me take a look here. All right, again, we're going to 8 left. Correction, 8 right. Oh my goodness, that's right. This would be 8 right. only one here. All right, let's do our before takeoff check real quick. Okay, departure plan complete, attendance notified. All right. To the flight engineer, his checks. Oil cooler ground off. Okay, fuel heat's off. Auto pack is up here. We'll put that to normal. Start switches. Okay, now we'll go to the top. Start switches are set. And we're ready for takeoff. Miami traffic, Piedmont, 1022, departing 8 right. Miami 9 departure. Or as best we can do it. That distinctive JT sound. Okay, we are ready to go, folks. Heading set. Lights on. Okay, RTO. Lap set. Okay, folks. 97 is what we're shooting for. Real quick, let you see it over here. Run down, Glard set, flight, okay. Oh, let's go ahead, go into flight mode so I don't forget. Transponders on. And 97%. It's time for the pretty boys. Airspeed's alive. There's 80 knots.
80 knots. E1, rotate.
Hey, I got a positive rate, gear up. Alright, what some flight sims can't do, we can.
Traffic Walker 1353, line up 10.
let's do our direct Fort Lauderdale. Alright, we are now direct Fort Lauderdale, getting the flaps rolled up.
Fort Lauderdale traffic, final call, Walker 3253, beginning left turn from 10 left on the Frizzy, 1 departure to Elbow. Fort Lauderdale, final call.
There we go, folks. We are out and climbing. Pressurization. Get check back here. Okay, we can put you back to cutout. Stays on flight. Check down here. We're on normal. And we're good to go. Set climb to 92% N1. And there we go, folks. I am going to go ahead, as soon as I remember. Gets me every time, folks. $10,000. Kind of see what it's doing here, folks. Right now we're going to Alton. And we can actually increase our climb. there you have it, folks. And just to make sure, we'll see altitude select on. All right, we are on our way, folks. Next up is Alton, then Treasure, then Craig. We just crossed 18,000. Okay, and then up here, the rest of our lights can go off. So again, hope y'all are having a great Tuesday as we climb up to 36,000 feet. Well, bad attitude, welcome in. Welcome in. Hope all is well for you. We are into kind of trouble with 3 engines. Oh yeah, it is definitely fun flying this bird. Just takes getting reacclimated to it since I haven't flown it for a while. But yeah, we actually it was a pretty good departure. I didn't feel too squirrely with it at all, hardly. Just a couple little hints that I had little rustiness in me, but kicked it off pretty quick. Wow, amazing. 5 ads. They're only supposed to be. Oh, I see. Okay. Reading through here, I understand now. Okay. Could be up to 3 minutes worth of ads. Okay. All right, well, we'll continue climbing to 36,000 as we're starting to push over here. We're looking good, 92%. And 280 on the climb. We're getting close to going into where we'll do a mock climb once we hit 0.78 here in a couple thousand feet, and then take it up to 36,000. All right, yep, we're back. All right, so we're just getting on up into cruise. So how goes it on your end there, Bad Attitude? Last stream tonight, and is that's finishing up some last minute packing. Awesome to hear. That means soon. God help the pilots of. Oh, did I say that out loud? Sorry, folks. You'll in 2 days. Awesome. Awesome. Hopefully you haven't forgot everything. Or when you get to work and you sit behind your desk, Chief Dispatcher comes up and goes, okay, now forget everything you learned in training. This is how it's done. Oh, man. Yep. You know, I remember that when I went to fire school in the Air Force, came back, they said, okay, what you learned there, forget it. I'm going to do something totally different. Oh, Lord have mercy. Gotta love it. Now, you're going to be out where weather is, you know, it's people think desert terrain areas, there isn't a lot of weather. Yeah, there is. It's just a lot of the weather doesn't reach the ground. And what does hit the ground usually is not good. And I don't mean in the liquid form, I mean in wildfires. All right, let's put this thing into a mock climb here at 0.78 and head on up. Yep, exactly. Yep, the computer runs it all. You know, like I said, that one program I have, Professional Flight Planner X, albeit it's a FlyJSim program. I've been told it's pretty close to what's really used. Oh, granted, you guys get a little more in depth than what we need. And I'll pass it along to everyone. When my dad used to fly with Allegheny in the Dash 8s, he said it was very easy to tell if the paperwork was all in hand. If it weighed more than the aircraft, then you had all the paperwork. If it didn't, there's more to come. So the OFPs on SimBrief, yeah, now I've heard that. I've seen some working out at Mid-America back when we used to get a lot of military charters headed to the sandbox, and yeah, they actually did a good job. They actually got the right look to them. So both Professional Flight Planner and SimBrief. So when you're looking at them, folks, you're pretty much seeing what the pilot sees. So, and that, I'll tell you right now, the American Airline one that's in Sim Brief, I really like that. Now for this airline, Piedmont Virtual, they go with the United 18 format in Sim Brief, folks. It's a good format. It's just not really good for 727s. You know. But I don't think they're going to have one from Piedmont. Probably because back in those days, the computers, while there, weren't as heavily used. Yeah, I got to meet the dispatcher for my dad's airline, and yeah, he cracked me up. He goes, yeah, if you go through the training, I'll tell you what you got to learn for the final. Take a 727 off runway 27 at Newark. Make it work. I said, that can't be too hard, until I looked at what runway 27 was. Nice short runway. Oh, and it's in the middle of summer too, folks, by the way. If you're not familiar with New York summers, yeah, hot, humid, short runway, and a 727. Yeah. Yep. I remember talking to flight service when I was a pilot. Gotta make a box real quick. Go for it, man. Matter of fact, I still talk to flight service every now and then with NOTAMs. All right, I think we are over Craig. Oh no, Treasure. Yeah, Treasure. My bad. Got ourselves a little ahead of ourselves here. So. All right, folks, we are continuing on here, getting closer to 36,000 as we get up. You know what? I need to start closing some valves. Okay, that's the horn, almost to 36,000. Again, folks, if you liked what you've seen, smash that follow button. Love to have you come along on our next trip. That'll be interesting. You'll enjoy a FedEx run. Then we'll be back in the A320neo headed to Tel Aviv. So, if you enjoy what you're seeing on T-Tail Tuesday or enjoy the content, we'd love to have you aboard. Like I said, smash follow. YouTubers, smash that subscribe button. We'd love to have you following along in our videos. Now, granted, they're not live. If you want to join us on YouTube live, boy, we'd love to have you over here. Head to our Twitch channel. It's down in the notes below. And come aboard. We'd love to have you here. Love to chat with you, meet you, greet you, find out where you're from, and, you know, just basically welcome you in. So, again, thanks for flying here today, folks. Thanks for riding along. And hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday this Holy Week. I have yet to ever figure out what triggers that, because I have everything that scenery wants. All I can figure is maybe it's not lined up in the scenery files the way it's supposed to be, but nothing tells me that, so, or how to line it up. So that's why I get those there. Same, we'll get it up here when we get closer to Charleston. Maybe Jacksonville too, I'm not sure. All right, folks, we're leveled off, just waiting for it to hit our 0.80, and then throttle back. Alright, now the auto throttle in this plane is non-existent. It's basically the pilot setting the throttles by the EPR up here to get that cruise range. And it's sometimes a battle. Alright folks, oh, Beatitude's back here. Later I'm going to do some FS charter flights in Hawaii. Awesome. I'm just finessing this airplane so we can get it to 0.80 and stay. Alright, there we go. Alright, so onward we go. Currently showing, what are we showing here, folks? Sorry about that. We're having loading of the map issues here. Alright, 51 minutes. Alright, top of descent will be, let me, all around things are not going well. Why is it doing this? Oh, I'm going to find out. My charts program, the map isn't showing up. It's still not showing up. Let's go. Wow, I haven't had this problem. Interesting. Huh. Alright, so definitely is not going well with NavGraph. Okay, well, let's see if I can at least do something. Okay, good. At least the charts are coming in good, so let's just go with that. Alright, so here's what we plan to fly from Unarmed 7. Again, the reason we're choosing this, folks, we are, granted we do have the FMC, but we're flying as if we're VOR to VOR. So our nav approaches would not be possible. So we fly the ones that don't say RNAV. So, for instance, radar is required on this one. How about that? Parachute jump area. DB Cooper? Not aboard. Gives you where that's at. But D8s, again, if you go to that website, folks, that I'll provide again, while you're in the U.S., you can actually look ahead, get an idea of what the real world airport is doing. Supposedly this is available abroad. I just don't know where to get the information. But I do know that site works because I used it to plan the flight. But then we have other cautionary stuff. So anyway, we're going to come in over Collier's. It's 113.9 IRQ. Head up to Greenwood. Then from Greenwood, track direct CLT's VOR. So you see, it's VOR to VOR to VOR. And we're going to probably be coming off the FMC here once I know we're on track to Collier's. So from Greenwood 047, we got Biff's Unarmed. Unarmed is at 11,000. Adena, and that doesn't matter what runway, folks. Then Adena and then locks, and then from locks it's vectors to the final approach. We're coming in 3-6 right. So it's pretty simple. So obviously we'll set Colliers in Greenwood as well as Charlotte in our VORs. ILS. Zoom in. Makes it a lot easier for people to read. Especially new people trying to figure out what in the heck is this chart saying. Actually, it says quite a bit. Across the top gives you all your frequencies that you could be hit with from Charlotte. From approach to tower to ground. Now, the big ones we're concerned with obviously is the localizer for 3-6 right, which is what we're shooting. 108.9. Identifier, India, Bravo, Quebec, Charlie. Okay, once we're established on the localizer, we should be on a course of 030, adjusted for winds. HEYU is the point where we should be on the glide path and at 2,500 feet, which is 7 miles from the runway. Decision altitude is 927 MSL. MSL is the same as your altimeter. And the parenthesis here is 200 feet. That is AGL, above ground level. And then the bold here, MSL, means sea level, so above sea level. So we're going to set 200 in the radar altimeter. Here's our airport elevation, touchdown zone. Missed approach, you can all read on your own. And then transition's always 18,000. All right, so the vector we'll get will take us to Heckham. Heckham is 18 miles from the runway. All right, let's, I'm not going to be able to see it. All right, then we're going to transit to Jeddah, Lancer, Chengdu, HEYU. And then we're on in. Okay, so Heckham will be at 6,000 feet, dropping to 5,000 at Jeddah, 4,000 at Lancer, 3,000 at Chengdu. By the way, these can be at or above. However, HEYU is 2,500 foot mandatory and on the glide slope. All right, while we're at it here, we're still at 0.8. Estimating 120, 130. So we'll be right in here, call it 700-ish feet a minute for our descent rate if we lose the glide slope on the ILS. And it's going to take roughly 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go from HEYU to the missed approach. So in 2 minutes, 30 seconds, if we don't see the runway, off we go on the published missed approach. Or if given one different by ATC. Believe it or not, I have heard that. We had a low vis day a few days ago out at the airport, and realizing that granted the METAR was perfectly fine for the airport, but it was starting to get real foggy at the end of the approach runway. He said, if a missed approach, and this was after giving the landing clearance probably a minute later, if a missed approach is warranted, climb this to this, which is different than the published. It happens, folks. Okay, so we'll have full ALSIF. By the way, we're not expecting bad weather. Pappy's on the right-hand side. Here's our missed approach out to Locust. Our decision altitudes again, 927 feet. If it's not that in the METAR, or I'm sorry, 200 or higher, or a half mile, we don't come in here to start with, unless we're going to do the Cat 2, Cat 3, pushing it with Cat. We can't do Cat 3, but we could come in on a Cat 2. 18s are RVR for a Cat 1 approach. We could lower it with a flight director. Oh, by the way, we have one of those. Autopilot, we're on that. Or a HUD. We don't have that. So we could take it down, well, 18 with those. That actually more applies here where it drops goes up. And there you go, folks. There's our brief for the arrival. And you saw our speed. Looks like our approach speed will be right around 130. Then we're way out still. So let's keep an open mind. That could go higher. I'm going to push in a little bit more power here, folks. Get us back up to 0.8. Now what I do here, folks, now this little bug here is useless once you're out of climb, but I use it as a way to show me where I want that needle to be, 0.8. And then I'll reset my thrust again. So there you have it, folks. Currently we are about to come, oh, there we go. My maps are coming back into play here. Holy mackerel. How about this one? Nope. All right, let's go back then to this view. And looks like we're gonna have to use similar. And currently VATSIM is showing, well, you know what, hang on, let's just do it this way. I'd have it on the, let's try it. Oh no, we'll do it here, because we have an ATIS. 220 at 8, expecting the simultaneous departures in use. Expect runway 18 Charlie and runway left. NOTAM is okay. We're going to come in on 18 right. Or ups? No. They flip them on us? They sure did. Alright, so 220 at 8, we've got runway switched here. Hang on. Well, folks, what we just briefed for that runway just changed. I ought to go look to see if it did that in the real. That's one bad thing with VATSIM. The real world may say one thing, they change it. So, and that we can't prevent. All right, so no mention of arrivals. Not at all. Well, we'll see what happens. Okay, we just crossed over Jacksonville. All right, so we are on our way again. All right, for, I guess, arrivals, there's a different ATIS at this place. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Simultaneous expect visuals, 18 right, 18 Charlie. Okay, gotta love it when you don't get it all off Sim Toolkit. That is not cool. All right, Craig is 14.5. Collier's 13.9. Okay. So 95 points. Is 35. Okay, so we need 30 miles from Colliersville to start our descent. All right, folks, so hope y'all are enjoying the ride so far. If you are, please click follow. My wife was just pointing out to me the thermometer here in the office where the FlyJSim is at 80 degrees right now. So we may have to kick the air on. I may have to figure out how to vent this thing a little better. That CPU is just going crazy trying to keep up. All right, so I'll be right back, folks. Alright folks, we're back. We had to get the house closed up. I'm pretty sure that was Savannah or Charleston. I know Charleston gives that message. Alright, and we're fast again. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Let's pull Collier's up. Alright, so about 30 miles out of Collier's IRQ, we'll start our descent. Folks, I'll be right back. Alright, folks, that was nothing at the door. Alright. Well, I noticed I got an email from X-Plane. They have released okay, helicopter pilots, you may like this, Chinook. So, and this for X-Plane 12, also a Cessna 152, and a TB-10. If I'm not mistaken, that's the retractable oh yeah, I kind of like that. I might look into that one. But yeah, there you go, folks. So if you're into helicopters, head over to X-Plane, check out what's been released today. As for us, let's start thinking about it. All right, we're on track, heading towards Collier, and then we will set up for our arrival. All right, well, whatever I did here in the office has worked. Thank you, Lord. Appreciate that. 79 went down from 80. Hawker 125, welcome aboard. T-Tail Tuesday. All right, we have got to be getting close. All right, and 53 out. I said 30, so we're very close to starting our top of descent into here. No, let's see, we have Charlotte approach. We'll go ahead and set that up just to be ready. 126, 150. Okay, get down here. Who knows? They may still be up when we get there. Let's see. See if the live map behaves any better. It was doing good yesterday, all of a sudden. Almost, maybe, yes, no. No. Yeah, it looks like it holds up when it's trying to load all of the controllers and weather. All right, because I do know there was some weather out there. Now we're past most of it. Okay, so all right, then we'll go to Greenwood. Let's get this all set up now. Then we'll do our descent. All right, so we're on Colliers. We need 115.5 next. And then Charlotte, 15.0. All right, we're going to set up for our descent to 11,000. Going to do about 2,300 feet a minute. About right there. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain speaking. We have begun our descent into Charlotte. Please make sure your tray tables are folded, put back as they should be, seatbelts on as we come in, listen to your flight attendants. We should be on the ground in about 15 minutes. Weather in Charlotte is spectacular. We have a few clouds to go through at 25,000 feet, then none to the ground. It's 24 degrees there, and winds are 220 out of the southwest at about 8. Beautiful day in Charlotte. We'll be on the ground in 15 minutes. Talk to you then. Flight attendants prepare the aircraft for landing. Okay, Greenwood 115.5. Gonna come off the 005. Alright, so now we're on track, folks, to the Greenwood VOR, descending through 24,000. Should be picking up Charlotte approach here soon, if they are still up. And they are still up. Alright, descent checks. Target ref, let's just make sure, is 118. Approach speed will be 130 or 128. We'll call it 130 to make it easy to see. And auto brakes. Let's go with medium. And cooling doors. Let's go ahead and start opening some of those. Okay, coming up on 18,000. And it'll be 30:07. Will be Papa for our call. Okay. Time to make that turn. Okay, we're coming on track here. Okay. All right. And unarmed folks is at 46 DME. So we're about 10 miles out. Let's get up here a bit on speed. All right, and now we're going to be going to 110.35. Okay, folks, we are at 240, just passing unarmed. Boy, let's get it in nice and close. Charlotte approach, Piedmont 1022 with you, 11,000 with Papa.
Piedmont 1022, Charlotte approach, squawk 0565.
And Charlotte approach, Piedmont 1022 has 0565 in the box.
1022, thank you. Radar contact 30 miles to the southwest of the Charlotte Airport. Set and maintain 9,000. Expects runway 18 center.
Down to 9,000, 18 center for Piedmont 1920 or 1022. All right, another change here, folks.
Piedmont 1022, flight present heading.
Repeat heading for Piedmont 1022.
Piedmont 1022, fly present heading.
Copy, flying, current heading of 052. Wasn't turning. Oh, I forgot what I was setting up my radios because I got to switch them again. I think he's wanting me to be on heading. Yeah, I got the airport in sight, I think.
Piedmont 1022, turn left heading 360, descend and maintain 6,000.
Left turn 360 down to 6,000, Piedmont 1022. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing.
Piedmont 1022 descend and maintain 3,000.
Piedmont 1022 out of 6,000 for 3,000.
Piedmont 1022, turn right heading 090. The Charlotte Airport will be at your 2 to 3 o'clock in about 5 to 7 miles of foot in sight.
090, we'll be looking for the airport, Piedmont 1022. Yeah, we're not going to see it that way.
On 1022, turn right heading 160, join the localizer.
$160 for 1022, still looking for the airport. Keep us in a turn, I can't find it. I got it, runway. And Piedmont 1022, we have the airfield in sight.
Piedmont 1022, clear visual approach from runway 18 center.
Cleared visual, 18 center, Piedmont 1022. Flaps 12. Showing the glide slope out. Do I have it set? That would be why.
Piedmont 1022 with variable at 5, runway 18 center, clear to land.
Cleared to land, 18 center, Piedmont 1022. Okay, flaps set 30. Speed brakes arm, brakes set to medium. Cleared to land. Stable.
Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Approach Piedmont 1022 is off at Echo 4.
Piedmont 1022, hello, left on, echo, contact ground plan 92.
Over to ground. 21.9. Piedmont 1022.
Piedmont 1022, left on, echo, ground plan 90.
Left on Echo, 21.9 for ground. Piedmont 1022. Didn't see they snuck in there. Okay, get 21.9 on here. Hello, ground. Piedmont 1022 off on Echo at Echo 4.
Piedmont 1022, welcome to Charlotte. Taxi to the gates via Echo, cross runway 5.
To the gate via Echo, crossing runway 5. Piedmont 1022. All right, folks, welcome into Charlotte. Let's get on up here at least Victor 4 or Echo 17, since he did say taxi to park via Echo. There are no gates on Echo. We'll get up here to Echo 17, turning into the ramp. That'll give me time to... That'll work. Okay, come off Echo 17 to the gate. yeah, ground traffic really cracks me up. All right, there we go, folks. And ground Piedmont 1022, we're in the blocks. Thanks for the ATC. Have a great day.
Piedmont 1022, thanks for the traffic. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, get them off and go back here real quick. All right, so now we're on APU. All right, let's shut them down. I got a feeling I'm going to need to be outside for this. Welcome again to Charlotte. Let's see how we did with the airline. It looks pretty good. Touchdown 90. Well, we'll see. It probably lagged me for a bounce, I'll bet. Kidding me? Wow, it actually accepted everything and gave me the 92 feet a minute. Oh, no, it didn't. Oh, no, it didn't. 383. Still not bad, folks. Still not bad. All right. Okay, so we are in the blocks. Let's come off of VATSIM so I don't forget. And let's take a look at this, shall we? Then we'll do some rewinds. Okay, recorded. They got us at 449 here, and it was a hard landing. I'll give it that. I keep saying it. I want to get rid of that Lewis script because I really don't like. I mean, I like that it tells y'all what I did, but I'd rather do it this way where everything can be seen about it. Okay, so overall, not bad, 128. Hey, that's pretty close to VREF, so that's good. Let's see, how did we do? All right, real quick, there's the threshold, folks. You should not ever land or take off in this area back here. Not the greatest, it's just a blast pad, folks, so you could really get some fun. All right, but from here, the threshold, forward, and it looks like that area is right here. That is your landing zone for 1/8 center, okay? Now, visually, this is what we're keyed on, those big pads, and you'll see them in the replays. So that's what I'm focused at hitting. Ended up a little beyond there, 8 feet, 9 feet left of the center line, almost 2,000 feet down. So, you know, not a great position, but I'm still in the landing zone, and the airplane wouldn't be telling me that I hit that hard. My butt would at 1.6 Gs, but the airplane doesn't have a gauge that says, you landed hard, you landed perfect. No. But if you damage the landing gear, the airline finds out because of the maintenance bill. But anyway, so there's what we got metric-wise. Let's go ahead, pull up the back end there, and I'm going to get rid of the jetway. Maybe, he says. There we go. And we're off VATSIM, yes. No matter, even if we weren't, folks, it would kick us off. So let's go back in time here and see this bit of a hard, here we go, we'll start from here. And let's get some appropriate music coming down the pike. It's a floater, folks. Actually, that didn't look that bad. Oh, that really did not look bad. Just a floater. No, that did not look that bad. Yeah, just a little thud there. Might have had a little bit more flare, would have done it. Not bad. Hey, Insuk at 68, welcome in. Yeah, I don't know why it flagged so bad. Oh well, you know, that's how it is sometimes. That was actually a really good landing. I love this view. I've got to figure out how to put it in this plane. All right, let's try from the way that will always show us in a good landing. Only thing I got to say is I was a little hot coming down the approach. Welcome to Charlotte. Yeah, I kept one wheel on the ground. Good landing. Folks, this was a fun flight. I want to thank you all for joining and coming with us. Hope you all enjoy. If you did, folks, and you're new, smash that follow button. Love to have you on our next trip. I will let you know it's a FedEx trip. After that, we'll be back in the Neo headed to Tel Aviv. But for now, folks, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for coming aboard. Thank you for everyone that's come aboard. Oh, I love the 727. It's just a shame it's not available yet for 2020 or 2020. X-Plane 12. So, my bad, folks. But yeah, it's a great plane. I love the 100, 200, the freighter. Just have to go back to 11 to fly it, which, you know, is not a bad thing. But highly recommended if you love this aircraft, folks. So, for now, folks, I'm just going to kind of switch it back to the gate and get the good old jetway in here again and call it a night. Say again, thank you. They keep saying they're going to bring it. I think they're just kind of waiting on everything to stabilize in it, which I think pretty much has, but who knows. But folks, enjoy your Tuesday. Enjoy Holy Tuesday if for those Catholic and Christians out there. Have a great day. God bless you all. Have a great day.